Toyota Aygo is on the market since 2005. After a number of facelifts, the time has come for the second generation. And you have to admit, it looks fresh. So, a couple of things that Toyota told us about this new Aygo. First of all, it's the same engine, but Toyota claims that even though it is the same engine, it's more quiet inside, more refined. Is it now? Now, I can't speed a lot, or actually I can't speed at all, because we're in the Netherlands, and in the Netherlands the police is very strict. But I think you can hear the engine. There is a lot of personalization options. You can have this car in just about any setup, form or shape. There are many glossy plastic panels around the cockpit which you can change at any time and which are a part of the customization scheme for this car. There are there are three basic trim levels. Then there are two optional trim levels which will change every year, and then there are your local trim levels which the dealers can offer, and then on top of that you can personalize the whole thing as you wish. Prices, if we're talking about trim levels, are between about 8,000 and 12,000 euros. That's depending on the market, but that's pretty much the kind of price range we're talking about here. The gearbox is pretty much the same. The throw is short, so that's nice. Sometimes you don't know what's happening with whether you're in first or in third. Let me demonstrate. If I stop here, okay, I put it in neutral, and now, by the way, this thing has stop and go, but now it doesn't work for some reason. Anyway, I put it in first, or so I think. Oh, the clutch catches very, very high indeed. So I'm not sure whether I'm in first or in third gear. Anyway, the steering, it's light and precise as you can expect from a car in this segment. Now, it's not really spacious in here in the front. When I was sitting here with my colleague, who's now hidden in the back, we were basically touching each other's elbows and stuff, and it wasn't very comfortable, it wasn't very convenient. It feels tight in here, but Toyota is proud of the fact that the Aygo is now the smallest car in the segment. It's the shortest, it's the lowest, and I think Kia Picanto is the only car which is slightly narrower than the Aygo. The boot is, well, not slightly, it's actually about 25% bigger than in the previous generation. It's still not very big, it's less than 170 liters, so it's not very big. Okay, so it gets a lot more gadgets. Depending on the trim, you get buttons on the steering wheel, that's volume control, and your Bluetooth phone control. I've got no idea where I am. I'm somewhere in the Netherlands, so I'll just turn here and hope I won't run over any bicyclists. Oh god, there's a school trip. Okay, here we are. Good. Anyway, in the top trim level, or in one of the optional limited trim versions, you get a touch screen with all your car infotainment. Now, there is some sort of a mirror link system for your mobile phone. However, I'm not sure how it works, not just yet. I asked Toyota about it and they promised to get back to me with that, so I hope I can get back to you with this today in the evening or tomorrow. Unfortunately, the mirror link works with just 4 phones. The iPhone 5 is among them, but despite downloading the App in Car app, I couldn't connect. Sometimes car infotainment systems are just smarter than the users. Good news though, the touchscreen comes with a high-def reversing camera. Now stop and start works now, and it shows me I'm The engine's been off for 15, 16, 17 seconds. There's a little counter here that tells you that. There is a, hear the engine, it's quite loud. There is a USB port for your pen drive with your music, or to connect your phone to the mirror link. There is also an auxiliary 3.5mm jack, so you can connect your music any way you like. Now, this top trim model comes, among others, with automatic climate control, which is something that wasn't available on the previous car, and it's not something very common when it comes to your A-segment cars.
Speaking of air conditioning, there is an innovative whistle system for the amusement of the driver and the passengers. Depending on the trim and options, there is also a keyless ignition system. It's worth considering, especially if you're around 6 feet or taller, because chances are you're gonna touch the regular key with your knee.
If you're taller, make sure you sit here, you get comfortable, and you see where your knee ends, because you might have to get the intelligent key option thing. How it drives around town, it's same old story like with the previous Aygo. On the motorway, if you're doing your legal motorway speed, which is about 120, 130, it's good enough. There's even cruise control.
Beep. It may look like cruise control, but in fact it's a speed limiter. It's actually a good idea because once you're in high gear, it's easy to forget how fast you're going, and the pedals are positioned in a way which makes it difficult to operate when you're not wearing heels. So you can just set the speed limiter and press the accelerator pedal deeper.
What I don't like is visibility. If I turn around, there is a huge C-pillar, and there is also this kind of falling roofline. And this falling roofline means that in the rearview mirror, I see the falling roofline rather than what's going on behind me. So if I really want to see far out back, I have to lean like this. And this is when I see cars coming from way far back. So if you're on the motorway and if you want to change lanes, you look at your side mirrors, and then you have to do kind of this to see if you're all clear, if there's nothing really fast. That's especially if you're in Germany.
The falling roofline may have something to do with the aerodynamics of the Aygo. The drag coefficient is just 0.29, which is the same as for BMW i3.
The interior. This one is very boring because it's this kind of black Excite or X I'm Very Sad edition. But as I mentioned, you can have it all nice in all sorts of colors. Yeah, like the orange one that just passed us over there. Quality of the interior, well, you know, this is piano black, or, well, piano red if you get a red piano anywhere, but you know, this is nice. This is less nice, and this is unacceptable. This looks like it's gonna fall off. Similarly, the door cards are not very good either. So it's not too bad in the back here. It's well, okay, it's not very good either. The front seat is set to my driving position, and I'm about 175 centimeters tall. So if there's anyone taller, then you're screwed, basically. But there is still a lot of space for your feet. You won't be able to move your legs, but at least you'll have some space to wiggle your feet. And by the way, in this version of the car, the seat can be moved up or down. That's an option on mid-spec and high-spec models.
The new Toyota Aygo is visually appealing, and it offers a lot of customization options. This may just be the thing that will attract people into Toyota dealerships.
Before you go out and buy your new Toyota Aygo, I think you can find a Hyundai i10 review somewhere on my channel. I'll link it somewhere around here. So check that out, and yeah, this is the first drive in the new Toyota Aygo here on Marek Drives. Follow me on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, or Google+. You'll find all the links in the description below. New reviews every Friday. So I'll see you next time.